Hi guys, this is going to be a reading for the sign of Aquarius. This is going to be a general reading, so whatever part of your life that's going to resonate the most is what's going to show up on the card, be it during the cards, be it love, finances, family, relationships, things like that. I usually do talk normally, but whenever I hold cards in my hand and I start to focus on the sign, even though I'm, talking about this introduction, I get really tongue-tied, so bear with me for a little bit with that one. And usually I'm a fast talker as well, but whenever I'm whenever I'm doing this, I get really tongue-tied and the words take a while to come up properly of what I want to convey, because I want them to be as accurate as possible. I do not want to say the wrong things. Okay, give me a reading for the sign of Aquarius. If you are looking more into your, let's say, romance, for more of a romance reading, I do recommend checking out your Moon and Venus signs, because they do tend to resonate quite often with what I know with a lot of readers. Okay, let's see what you have in the present time. Okay, yeah. And your influences. Sign of Aquarius. Oh, a card. Okay, let's check out your influences. And what is your obstacle? What is your obstacle, Aquarius? I'm getting quite a lot of heavy energy. Not even just looking at these cards, but just the way everything is being shuffled in my hands right now. It's like really hard, and the cards are all acting up. It's your obstacle, Aquarius. Okay. Oh, I got two cards here. Okay, I'm gonna keep these. I don't usually, but sometimes I do. And your external influences. Okay. Yeah, lots of heavy stuff. Let's see your best course of action. Oh. And your outcome for February. Where's the outcome? You received an offer that seemed too good to be true in the past. Okay, in the past you have the Knight of Wands, in the present time you have the Page of Swords. So Knight of Wands, immediately to me, that's really unstable energy. That's whoever this person is that was in your past, and this feels a lot like a person, very self-centered, a very high ego, a very, I would say, quite an unbalanced individual. And right now, there's a lot of immaturity that's going on in your life with them, and your influences here is a Ten of Wands, so you've been carrying this from your past. And I think I've had a reading for you where this was something similar, of you, maybe not necessarily in these cards, but you were carrying something, a lot of somethings negative from the past, from this instability, and right now I think either they went silent and they're giving you the silent treatment and you're bearing it, or you're giving them the silent treatment and you're trying to walk away from this and drop all of this. Like, you're in your challenge challenging position. Here we have the Six of Coins and the Wheel of Fortune. So that means like you're having a hard time closing out the cycle. And your external influences, you have the Seven of Swords, which is, it's a really icky card when it comes to relationships, and this does feel like a relationship reading. And if it's not a relationship, it could be a really close friendship kind of thing going on. It could be, you know, a family thing where it could be one of your relatives or people that are really close to you, who you've been close with for a while. This is really, like, it's, I think slowly, eventually, you are getting rid of this, but it's really, really slow. Like, this whole situation is so stagnant. It's like molasses. I don't even know how to describe it. It's so old. It's like stale water that just needs to be, like, just chucked out. Just, you know when, the picture that I'm getting here is like, you know, when you receive a pretty bouquet of flowers and you put it in a vase, and then you kind of forget to clean it. You forget to, you know, cut the stems. You forget to refresh the water. And then after a while, you know, the flowers have wilted. The water is really gross and icky and full of mold. And it's just standing there, and you're like, it used to be so pretty, but, you know, it's not. It's not anymore. It's ugly. It needs to go out. You know, it's run its course. It made you happy at some point, perhaps, but not anymore. And you know, you need to go out there and plant some more flowers, or find someone who gives you more flowers, that kind of thing. And get closer to your heart, because in the action that you need to make is the Queen of Cups. So to me, that's always getting in touch with your inner emotions, getting in touch with your heart, your soul, not necessarily completely cutting out logic here, but your heart is, I think, is always the best, in this case, I think it's the best teacher. It's the best guide that you have for situations like this. Do what makes you feel good. And if this person does not make you feel good, leave them. Cut them out. And it's really, really, I understand it's really difficult, because this feels like a leech or a vampire, that kind of individual. Also in your best, in your actions, what you need to make is the Four of Swords. So you need to give it a rest. Just give it a rest. Go within yourself. Listen to your heart. Take a break. Knight of Swords is your outcome card. The way I picture it, another two cards popping out here. The Knight of Swords, to me, I hope you can see this here in the picture, but he is he's slaying the dragon in this particular one. And I think in most situations, I think you can interpret that as literally, you know, to me, the way I see it is like cutting out the demons, cutting out the, you know, that snake in Eden that corrupted you and made you eat that sweet apple, that kind of thing. Because this person does feel like a devil to me, or an imp or something, and you need to 8 of Cups that stuff. You need, really, guys, like, this is a really toxic situation, and you don't necessarily need to come out of it with an energy of aggression or violence, of anger. Just cut it out like that, and listen to your heart, and just go quiet. Sometimes we don't always receive the apologies that we wanted. We don't receive that peace, and sometimes we just have to move on without really getting that. And it's okay, because this is another form of forgiveness. Sometimes you can't come to terms. You can't both negotiate on how to end the situation, and you just have to let it go and move on. You know, if that person isn't ready for you, if they're not mature enough, if they spiritually they are not as awakened as you are, or they do not realize the outcome of their actions. You can't force that on them. You can't make them suddenly realize. They have to do that for themselves. And if you can't do that, then you just have to move on. I have a feeling you will find the strength within your heart to cut the situation out. I have a feeling that you will gain freedom. You know, this could have been a really long, lengthy divorce. We got the Six of Swords here too. So this is moving to calmer waters, you know, leaving something negative, leaving something behind you that was not serving you, leaving all those swords. And do not carry that anger that you have towards them, and do not take that negativity with you. Just leave it with them, or let it die. Just bury it and throw it away with those flowers that they once gave you. Because I have a feeling in about April or March time, I think April, you're going to receive much more generous offers that are much more worth your time. Okay, so I'm going to end it here. Thank you so much, Aquarius, for listening to this reading. I hope you have a good month and lots of love. Good luck.